What is infrastructure as a code? Well, you know that infrastructure has evolved over a period of time, and evolution has only happened because there were problem statements with the previous version or the previous generation of the hardware, of the software, or the operating systems and applications. We have fixed the problems and created new softwares and new ways to deploy the applications and operating systems. And virtualization is born out of that innovation. But why do we need this new thing which we have named or coined as infrastructure as a code? It's primarily because today time to market must be reduced as much as possible. The costs for building the infrastructure must be reduced as much as possible. Managing and provisioning efforts must also be reduced. And infrastructure as a code then comes in place and says that, hey, I'm the one who can help you automate everything and making sure that your infrastructure is consistent. You can reuse the code to make sure that you can build the infrastructure again and again and again, repeatable times. You can extend the JSON to modify it, customize it, and then start building the infrastructure, manage it, and provision the computing resources for your applications. So infrastructure as a code is a process of managing your compute infrastructure, provisioning your compute infrastructure with some kind of declarative approach, which is JSON or any other platforms like YAML. YAML stands for yet another markup language. So you can use that configuration or definitions setting inside a file and call that file to build that infrastructure for us. There are several benefits of using infrastructure as a code. I would like to point them one after another. Number one, I would say consistency. Consistency is achieved in terms of deployment. That means any infrastructure that is built time and again with the same code will be consistent. Two is acceleration of building infrastructure. That means provisioning of infrastructure or deploying infrastructure is done very rapidly. We can reuse the JSON code for repeatable deployments, or if you would like to deploy infrastructure of similar kind, you can incorporate new items or additional items in the JSON and then use that JSON to build the infrastructure. So now the developer doesn't have to wait for weeks or months to get a development environment, which is usually developed by or built by the internal IT team. There's a demand that is driven by the IT industry to deliver the infrastructure in a new method, deliver the infrastructure quickly, on time, and at the same time parallelly meeting the standard requirements or standard quality of requirements. In this video series, we'll start building infrastructure with JSON, but before that, we'll start building certain basics. We need to understand certain jargons and terminologies, like what's a resource provider, what is a schema, what is a deployment template, what is a REST API. We'll go through that. But at this time, I would like you to absorb this information, pause the video, and read those bullet points one after another, and then move on to the next one. Thank you.